It is the question about Georgia politics that has drawn interest from all around the country. Who will replace retiring Senator Johnny Isakson?
Well, today, for the first time, Governor Brian Kemp is publicly denying reports of tension between him and the president over that soon-to-be vacant seat. Kemp tweeting today he stands with the president and that his pick will fall in line with conservative stances. His tweets end with a promise to reveal more after the holiday. This all comes after reports that the governor met with the president Sunday inside the White House, allegedly bringing along the governor's favorite candidate, a political newcomer who could appeal to swing voters in the suburbs. 11 Alive's Doug Richards joining us with more on who those voters are and why they are so coveted.
Well, Jeff, for much of the last 15 years or so, Georgia Republicans didn't really have to chase swing voters because the party's base was so strong. But population shifts and demographics are catching up with them. The change in Georgia's voting pattern is as obvious as a look at the skyline in Dunwoody, a once distant suburb that has urbanized and filled with new voters tilting toward Democrats.
Downtown Atlanta has spread out to what we call the donut of Metro Atlanta.
And Republican strategist Susan Myers says within it are women voters who seek moderation in politics. It explains why Governor Brian Kemp appears drawn to a political newcomer, basketball team owner Kelly Loeffler, as his choice for a U.S. Senate vacancy.
I would urge the governor to appoint you.
Even as other voices loudly tout Congressman Doug Collins for the seat instead.
I hope that happens. Would you take it if offered?
Yes, Sean, we would. We believe we could offer great for the Georgia, but also be there for this president.
But in Atlanta's suburbs, support for President Trump and the Republican Party has shifted from solid to spotty. In a hypothetical match between Democrat Joe Biden and Republican Donald Trump, our 11 Alive poll this month showed suburban men evenly split. Suburban women backed Biden by 8 points.
When you have women Republicans running for office, that can sometimes stop some of that erosion of women to the Democrats.
I'd be more open to a woman running as a Republican. I've always, with the exception of Ronald Reagan, voted Democrat.
Jackie Visnius of Alpharetta is not a fan of the president. And while Loeffler told Kemp she would support Trump, Myers says she may win more votes among suburban women than Collins can.
Some of the single women who live out in the suburbs are more moderate, and they may identify with a woman more than they would identify with a white male.
Now, because she's never been in politics, Kelly Loeffler has no voting record to scrutinize and less ammo for the attack ads that will be directed at whomever it is that Governor Kemp appoints in the next few days. Jeff?
Such an interesting story, Doug. Thanks. 11 Alive has you covered on big local, state, and national political stories. All you have to do is click on the politics section of 11alive.com. Coming up later in the broadcast, a look at how presidential candidates use food to try to win votes.